Hello everybody and welcome to the Year 2 vocabulary session for the week. We're going to be thinking about a new set of focus words today. Those words are despair, require, repair, quivered, quaked, fearsome, probe, shook, harmless and cunning. Have you ever heard any of those words before? If you have, perhaps you could think of a definition to explain what the word means. Maybe you could try to use the words in a sentence. Pause this video now and have a talk about the words with your adult at home, and then when you're ready, press play and we'll move on to look at the definitions together. Were you able to think of any definitions for the focus words? Well done if you were. Let's look at them together now. Despair, a feeling that there is no hope. Require, to need something. Repair, to fix something that is broken or isn't working. Quivered, shook with very small movements. Quaked, shook with fear. Fearsome, horrible and frightening. Probe, a long, thin metal object to poke or search in hard-to-reach places. Shook, moved backwards and forwards in small movements again and again. Harmless, unlikely to cause trouble, safe. Cunning, being crafty and clever so you can get what you want. Were you able to think of any of those definitions? Perhaps you thought of different definitions for the same word. Well done if you were able to use any of these words in sentences. Today we're going to think about some of our focus words by looking at the poem The Dentist and the Crocodile by Roald Dahl. Whilst I'm reading the poem, listen out to see if you can hear any of the focus words and think about how they're being used. The crocodile, with cunning smile, sat in the dentist's chair. He said, "Right here and everywhere my teeth require repair." The dentist's face was turning white. He quivered, quaked and shook. He muttered, "Oh, I suppose I'm going to have to take a look." "I want you," Crocodile declared, "to do the back ones first. The molars at the very back are easily the worst." He opened wide his massive jaws. It was a fearsome sight. At least 300 pointed teeth, all sharp and shining white. The dentist kept himself well clear. He stood 2 yards away. He chose the longest probe he had to search out the decay. "I said to do the back ones first," the crocodile called out. "You're much too far away, dear sir, to see what you're about. To do the back ones properly, you've got to put your head deep down inside my great big mouth," the grinning crocky said. The poor old dentist wrung his hands and, weeping in despair, he cried, "No, no, I see them all extremely well from here." Just then, in burst a lady, in her hands a golden chain. She cried, "Oh, Croc, you naughty boy, you're playing tricks again." "Watch out!" the dentist shrieked and started climbing up the wall. "He's after me, he's after you, he's going to eat us all." "Don't be a twit," the lady said and flashed a gorgeous smile. "He's harmless. He's my little pet, my lovely crocodile." Did you hear any of the focus words for the week in the poem that I just read? Perhaps you heard despair, require, repair, quivered, quaked, fearsome, probe, shook, harmless, or cunning. I've included the poem in the home learning overview for the week, so you could either rewind part of this video and rewatch it, or look at the written poem and see if you can find any of the words. If you do find any of the words, can you think about the definitions that we looked at a moment ago and see how the words are used in the sentences in the poem? When you're ready, press play and we can move on to the next activity. We're going to look at 2 of our focus words, cunning and harmless, and you need to decide which word you think should go in each gap. I'll read the sentence and then give you an opportunity to have a think and talk with your adult at home and choose the word. You might want to even pause the video and write out the sentence in your home learning book or on your whiteboard or paper. We could read the first sentence together. It says, "The fox was when it waited for the chicken to forget that it was there." Do you think that we're going to use the word cunning or the word harmless in this sentence? Well done if you said cunning. The fox was cunning when it waited for the chicken to forget that it was there. Let's look at sentence number 2. The snake was, it could not hurt you. Which of the words do you think we should use? If you're unsure, look back at the definitions. The snake was harmless. It could not hurt you. Well done if you were able to get that. Let's look at the third sentence. It was a plan to trick Mum into buying us sweets. What type of plan do you think it was? Well done if you said cunning. It was a cunning plan to trick Mum into buying us sweets. And finally, the last sentence says, let's read it together. The bull was, he had never chased anyone. Are you going to use the word cunning or harmless? Well done if you said harmless. The bull was harmless, he had never chased anyone. We're going to complete a similar activity, but this time we're going to be using the words repair and require. You might want to look back at the definitions or look in your home learning pack at the definitions written there before we do this activity together. As with the previous activity, you might want to write these sentences out in your book or on your whiteboard or learning paper. I need to my broken shoe. I wonder whether it's going to be I need to repair my broken shoe or I need to require my broken shoe. What do you think? Well done if you said repair. I need to repair my broken shoe. The next sentence says, I quiet when I watch my favourite programme. I wonder whether you repair quiet or require private. Well done if you said require. I require quiet when I watch my favourite programme. The third sentence says, I fish and chips for my tea, declared Tim. Does Tim repair fish and chips or require fish and chips? Think about the definitions before you select your word. Well done if you said require. I require fish and chips for my tea, declared Tim. And finally, the last sentence says, if we something the game, then we can play it. What do they need to do to the game before they can play it? That's right, they need to repair it. If we repair the game, then we can play it. Well done if you were able to find those words correctly, and well done if you wrote the whole sentences out. Can you use any of the focus words we thought about today in your own sentences? If you do, take a photograph of them and share it with your class teacher on Dojo, and I know that they'd love to see them. Well done for your fantastic learning today, everybody. Take care.